Good morning, this is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. It's time for the Main Street Report, and I have our director, Katherine Hayes, with us this morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing fabulous. It's been a busy year for Troy Main Street.
Yes, and it's not over yet. It's kind of been feeling like we're both sprinting and doing a marathon because we get really busy, and like this week was a little slower. You know, we got to take that deep breath.
I was going to say,
before we plunge into what's next.
This is when you get to catch your breath.
Right.
Because, yeah,
so,
as you said, it's not over yet. We've got Halloween.
Yeah.
There's still some big events coming downtown yet.
There are. They're just a little farther apart, which is nice. Having the Lincoln Funeral Train and the Taste of Troy right back to back was a very busy time for us. So we've got the Hometown Halloween and Merchant Trick or Treat, which is coming up on October, is that 24th or 25th?
October 29th is Trick or Treat for the city of Troy.
Right, and then the Merchant one will be the 24th.
Okay.
Always the Saturday before Halloween. And so the 30th will also be the Friday night shop hop. So maybe look for some little Halloween touches for that this year. And then after that, the next big thing will be the Merchant Open House, which will be November 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then the Grand Illumination on November 28th, I think, this year. Gosh, you're putting me on the spot. 27th this year. So that'll be the last shop hop of the year as well. So,
it'll be a big one.
It will be. It will be. That is always a wonderful event. So fun. We'll see what the weather's like this year.
I've heard some of the rumblings of what's coming for the Grand Illumination,
yes.
some different things, so we'll just kind of put that out there to tease folks with it.
Every year we want to make it bigger, better, more fun. I mean, this one is really all about kids and families. So it's how can we make it the most memorable, fun event for kids and families. So I think we've got some really cool stuff lined up. I'm really excited about it. So.
I'm excited too. I can't wait. Christmas is one of the most wonderful times of the year for me.
Right. It's still 80 degrees outside, but we're talking about Christmas,
yeah, I know. Well, I had mentioned to Lori just the other day that it's with the leaves starting to change on the trees downtown.
Yes.
It really isn't that far off in the future that we'll see the fountain shut down.
Right.
And the baskets disappear, and things start gearing up for that holiday season.
The lights will go up. So, but I have to tell you, fall is my favorite time of the year, and I think it's a great time to shop downtown too because it's not too hot. Fall is my favorite season for clothing. I love the sweaters and the jeans and the boots. So you're starting to see that come into the windows of our great shops. You're starting to see some of those fall flavors come out, like the squash and the pumpkin. So. It's pretty exciting. It's
like 60-ish outside right now, so yeah, it is. It's just beautiful, a nice coolness in the air without being cold.
Exactly.
Easy breathing.
Yes.
Now, last weekend, we kind of touched on it real quick, but had Taste of Troy.
Yes.
And there were all kinds of things. The lzheimers walk, the last farmer's market, and Mother Nature wasn't so kind to start off in the day, but it didn't really damper the crowds on the lzheimers walk. I mean, folks were still out.
I'll tell you, it was amazing. The first walkers went right as we had this torrential downpour, and it was like, oh my gosh, but they kept on going.
Yeah,
they were representing. It was really cool to see, and we still had our farmers stuck through the weather. They stayed out till 2 o'clock. And we even had people start showing up for Taste of Troy about 5 minutes till 11. We had people lining up for tickets.
Great.
So I'm sure it kept some people away. But I'll tell you what, the new layout, we had such positive feedback from it. I think it was the number one thing that we heard was everybody felt like they could move around. They could actually, explore the restaurants. They weren't all huddled in shoulder to shoulder.
In just the one quad. Yeah, right, expanding it out. So it was in Prouty Plaza and in the La Piazza quad, and it was also in the Troy Sports Center quad.
Yep. And then it stretched down West Main Street.
Yeah, so that's a nice open space for it. And with all the restaurants we have in town.
Oh, yeah.
And, all that were showing there at the Taste of Troy.
Yeah, it was great. And I think it was great, too, because we could space the restaurants out a little bit. So it did kind of leave that room that you could see those shops popping through between the tents. I saw a lot of people walking in and out of the shops, checking things out as they were, eating their little bites. So I think it was a really great event.
And then Second Story Secrets. Then it did clear up for that in the evening.
Yeah, and we saw all sorts of people come out for that too. It was just getting started as we were kind of slowing down. So I mean, again, you could have been out from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in downtown Troy and had, you know, if you weren't finding something to do, you weren't looking hard enough.
So you deserved a relaxing week in this past week.
Yeah, and of course by relaxing we mean I was still writing grant reports for all of our big events, you know, cleaning up our office from Taste of Troy because we could have just shoved stuff in there, and so, and then we are still gearing up. We're still planning for Grand Illumination. We're planning for Hometown Halloween. You know, we're planning for our final shop hops, and we're even starting to look forward to next year.
I was going to say, and I'm sure somewhere in those calendar of events, you're already, you know, getting into things of next year.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we've heard, especially from our downtown businesses, is a little more preparation for next year. So we really want to sit down and get our event dates nailed down for 2016 now, so that the businesses also have the rest of the year, so that they can start planning, like, how are they going to plan their events around this? How are they going to, you know, build their kind of support for the events and take advantage of them? So.
You know, when I sit down and I talk with the mayor, he's always talking, well, we just talk about all the great things that there are in Troy, and with America's Best Communities and the advancements and in the different things that we're doing in downtown Troy. He was really gloating over Troy Main Street and what a great job they've been doing and that you've done since you've been here. And,
well, thank you.
And Stephanie out beating the streets too.
Oh my gosh, I know. We have a great office team right now. I'm really excited. You know, we really all have a lot of focus, and we go out and do our thing, and then we come back together, collaborate, go out and do our thing, and come back and collaborate. So, I mean, the fact that we have 3 office staff working on the Lincoln Funeral Train boggles my mind. I mean, we were able to plan Lincoln Funeral Train and Taste of Troy back to back with 3 people.
Wow.
You know, in the office. So it was like, okay, that's pretty crazy, but kind of a pat on
our
back.
Well, in the office, but I'm sure that you get a little of that at home.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just don't get a walk away from the job.
No, you don't. But hey, that's kind of the fun part, is you never know what's going to happen, and you're working all hours of the day, so it's great.
All right. Hey, anything else you'd like to add this morning, Catherine?
Just stay tuned. Again, we still have some exciting stuff coming up. Main Street is also active in the America's Best Community Project, and I think we've got something really cool coming down the pipeline with that. So just stay tuned and keep checking things out. Check out our website. You might see some changes there. Our Facebook page is up to date all the time of letting you know what's happening in the community. So get out, enjoy the fall in beautiful downtown Troy. All
right. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, Catherine.
Thanks.
Catherine Hayes with Troy Main Street. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV.